Assalamu alaikum. If you want to change your children, you have to change yourself. This is a sentence I said 3-4 years ago in front of many different people on a TV channel. Back then, people told me that he's a child. People asked me that you're a child. How can you say that? Now, a child will teach us how to parent. Now, today, that I stand on a stage that is remarkably a lot more great than it was a few years ago, I believe I still remain the same with that sentence. Parents need to change. This was the sentence I said all those years ago. Look, when you are doing something, for example, you're going to a school, you're going to academy, you don't do study because you want to study. You do study because the environment is full of study and full of all those things. When you are somewhere in abroad, your mindset and your personality changes because your environment changes. So same goes for children. It's not that you cannot change your children. You can easily do that. For example, lots of parents tell me that we want our children to be like you, to be MuhammadHasnain. So to be MuhammadHasnain is to be by yourself, my parents, my teachers, to all those people. It's not just about being me. It's about having what I had. To become me, you have to have a certain set or a certain type of, you can say, requirements, circumstances. These circumstances are good teachers, good parents, a hard-working person himself, that being me, and last but not least, Allah Ta'ala's blessings. Without these four things, you cannot go forth, you cannot grow, you cannot do any of those things. So it's not important that you go ahead and tell your children and just force them into being somebody they aren't. That is wrong. But if you want them to actually become like me, you have to turn and you have to change yourself. So for the betterment of your children and for the change of your children, you have to change yourself first. Just like that, our Prophet himself, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was not a prophet until he was 40. He was not a prophet until then. So what about that? Until then, was he lying? Was he doing any bad thing? No. He impressed people by his personality back then. He did not invite anyone, he did not teach, he did not give anyone advices. But he had such a personality that people would get inspired themselves. And the same goes for all of us. Even though he wasn't a prophet, he still had an excellent personality. He still had an amazing self and an amazing humility. He was generous, he wouldn't lie, he wouldn't do any kind of bad, he would take care of other people's goods for them, and he would do all of these things. So did it mean that even though he wasn't a prophet, would he do bad things? No. So to change others, change yourself. Just like our prophet changed himself, our prophet was like that from the start. But we are humans and we all make problems, we all face issues and we do bad things. So to cancel out all those bad things, what you have to do is change yourself, give your children a chance at a better life so that they can develop and grow themselves. That is all for today. Thank you so much and Allah Hafiz.